On Sunday, United and Chelsea tied in a deciding match for a top 4 finish. United actually lined up in a 4-4-2 diamond with Mata just behind Lukaku and Rashford. Chelsea went with their usual 4-3-3 with Kovacic back in the starting 11. United would constantly look to build up over the left with Pogba moving to the side. Chelsea would press in their usual 4-5-1 shape with Conte following Pogba to the side. Here you can see Chelsea pressing United's fullback. And Conte has followed Pogba's run to the side. United would often play quite direct with Shaw immediately looking for a long ball to the strikers. As usual, Chelsea wanted their far midfielder to press their defensive midfielder, so in this instance Kovacic had to cover Matic. Conte has followed Pogba to the side and Kovacic has moved inside to Matic. And again Kovacic has moved inside to cover Matic. However, as is the case with almost every Chelsea match I've watched, this space is too big for Kovacic to cover the entire game, so Matic was able to get free at times. And here you can see Matic is able to get free as the space is too big. And again here, the space is really big for Kovacic, so Matic is again able to get free. When Chelsea were in more of a middle block, Conte would press Lindelof with Higuain covering Matic. Azpilicueta would then press Pogba on the side. This way of pressing was usually more successful for Chelsea. Here you can see Conte pressing Lindelof with Higuain covering Matic, and Azpilicueta pressing Pogba at the side. When Chelsea would defend this way, United's forwards would make runs into the spaces that opened up behind the fullbacks to receive the long ball. Alonso goes to Herrera and Rashford makes a run into the space behind him. Alonso again goes to Herrera, this time Lukaku makes the run into the space. Defensively, United was similar to the previous match, leaving the central defenders free. Mata was again tasked with being Jorginho's personal marker. Chelsea's central defenders would be left completely free as they usually aren't able to exploit that kind of space. The only difference with the previous match was that Lukaku and Rashford would now track back the fullbacks instead of positioning themselves in between the central defenders and fullbacks. In order to play out, Kovacic would often drop to create a 2 vs 1 against Mata in the midfield. And here you can see him dropping to create that 2 vs 1 against Mata. And in this example, a similar situation is happening. Because of United's narrow formation, there was often space for Chelsea's fullbacks on the far side. Here you can see space for Alonso on the side, and here space for Azpilicueta. Near the end of the first half, United tried to fix this by having Lukaku and Rashford completely follow the fullbacks, but this created a lot of space in midfield for Rudiger and Luiz to dribble into. This led to the equalising goal, which came about from a mistake from David De Gea. I'm not so sure if he still wants that shirt. On the other side, United had scored earlier because Jorginho again showed his brilliant defensive skills. Here you can see him tracking back Mata. And here Jorginho should now go to Lukaku with Rudiger taking over Mata. And here Jorginho really should have tracked back Mata into the box. Despite both teams having good spells of possession, neither team was able to really completely dominate the match. This had to do with the fact that the rest defense of both teams was off. Here, United play in a cross. All of their midfielders are either in front of the goal or on the side. Chelsea win the ball and can immediately counter-attack. Here, United lose the ball and there is a big pile of nothing between the attackers and the defenders, which allows Chelsea to counter-attack. Usually Shaw was forced inside to press Willian, but this left quite big spaces on the wing behind him. Chelsea's rest defence wasn't much better. Here they lose the ball with 5 players in front of it. And if your 2 central defenders are isolated like this versus multiple teams every match throughout a season, they're going to get injured. In the second half, United had more pressure on the central defenders. side midfielders would press the fullbacks with Matic going to the free midfielder, which meant that Chelsea's midfielders would move to the side more often to get free. Chelsea started playing more through Higuain, with Hazard also taking up positions more centrally, which improved their build-up slightly. In the end, this game mainly showed how important the physiological side of training actually is, as both teams seemed tired and prone to injuries at the end. Anyway, that's everything. I hope you enjoyed the video. As always, the links to Patreon, Instagram and Twitter are in the description. If you liked the video, please give it a like and subscribe to the channel. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.